This episode of Sessions with Stef is brought to you by our partner, Fearless Sounds. Francesca Sacerdoti, along with her amazing team, take care of every artist's needs when it comes to marketing, playlist placement, advertising, and artist management. You can follow Fearless Sounds on Instagram and Facebook, or just give them a call at 514-409-6061. Thank you, Francesca, and thank you, Fearless Sounds. And now, we present to you our latest session with Stef. Hey guys, welcome back to another Sessions with Stef. As you can tell, this is going to be an awesome one. I'm super excited with my guest tonight. We're going to have a good time. You can tell by the hat. We got some country. We got a country vibe going on, and it's going to be fantastic, guys. I'm so excited. I've been meaning to have these guys on for quite a while, and we finally got the chance to do this. I'd like to say hello. Hi, Lisa. How you doing in the background there?
Good. How are you?
We're all good. We're all good. Lisa is from Let's Talk It Out podcast. It's a sister podcast to Sessions with Stef. Of course, guys, keep watching. You got to subscribe to Sessions with Stef. You got to subscribe to Let's Talk It Out. We're also on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, all of that good stuff. The next thing is we'd like to thank our sponsors, because without sponsors, nothing happens in this world. We need sponsors. We need more of them. So guys, anyone could hit me up or hit up Lisa and say, I want to sponsor you guys because I love what you're doing. That makes me happy.
Yeah, deal with Lisa.
Makes me happy. Yes, you're going to call me and say, call Lisa because she's in charge of all that. But yeah, so our first sponsors, our regular sponsor, Mr. Anthony Paterno, Nettoyage Diamant. He is fantastic, guys. I've hired him. His crew and himself, they clean anything. They clean your house. They do after renovations. If you have an office building, spick and span. Anthony Paterno, Nettoyage Diamant. They honestly, he works with such detail. Takes his time. Super calm guy. Always comes. He comes to your place. He'll put a little bit of music on. He's like whistling while he's cleaning, and he does an amazing job. He really does. He's well priced, and he's super great to deal with. Gives you a schedule. I mean, keeps you updated. He's great. So Anthony Paterno, you can follow him, of course, on social media, and he's got a website, nettoyagediamant.com. You can also give him a phone call at 514-686-1581. And I memorized that number, just letting you know that. So yeah, you can nettoyagediamant.com, find him on social media, give him a call. He's fantastic. Now we have a new sponsor who hasn't sponsored us till now, and I'm so thankful. It's fantastic. We have got, where I just want to make sure. Oh, yes, it's restomontreal.com.
Restoremontreal.com.
Oh my God. You see, this is why I need Lisa. That's why she's in charge. It's restoremontreal.com. Guys, renovation.
Alex
Montagano. That's right. We actually had him on the podcast.
Yes.
So guys, construction. He specializes in older homes. He can take it, spruce it up, but keep the vibe, keep the old vibe that you want. You know, that old wood that you have from 40 years ago. He will spruce it up. He'll make it look gorgeous, modernize it, but yet keep that same old vibe. He does all kinds of work, in especially houses and stuff like that. And he's such a great guy. He was on Lisa's podcast at one point, and wow, fascinating. I could listen to him talk for hours. He's passionate about the work he does. So any renovation, restoremontreal.com is his is the website, I would imagine. Yes. Lisa, his number is
514-448-4484. He is the solution to your home improvement needs.
Wow, look at that. The solution to your home improvement needs. Mr. Alex Montagano, thank you so much for sponsoring us. And now we are back to Sessions with Stef. Here it is. I'd like to I'd like to thank you guys for coming.
That's a pleasure.
And right now we have Mr. Mike DeRay. Is it Michael or Mike?
Most people call me Mike, but Michael's good too.
Michael's okay. You're officially it's Michael.
Officially it's Mike,
but we call you Mike.
Sure.
It's Mike DeRay and Jordano Battista. Right. Thank you for coming on the show. We got the guitars in hand. It's gonna be a good night. But before the questions start, what are we drinking, guys? What are we drinking? This is Sessions with Stef. We got some Jameson, limoncello, or espresso vodka.
The Italian me is saying limoncello,
Okay.
or the espresso, but at the same time, we're gonna play some country songs.
Doing country, we need a little Jameson.
A little Jameson.
I just follow. But whichever one you would have said, I'm like, okay.
I would have been happy with any of them, to be quite honest. So, all right, we're starting a little party here. I was gonna say, those sponsors of yours, we throw a crazy party, and might be a little restoration and cleaning needed. You know what I mean? So keep
They
those
call it-
numbers at hand.
Sessions with Stef, it falls in nice. Have a
Yeah.
party, have some music.
There you
Guys
go.
he's gonna restore your house after you destroy it, and then they're gonna clean it up. Perfect. Oh, sorry, Mike.
Sorry.
Here you go. There's one.
Thank you.
Here's another. Here's another.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Shendan.
Cheers.
Salud.
Thank you for
I
that.
do not want to get any alcohol on the guitars.
That's been done plenty of
I know.
times. So. Cheers, guys.
Oh yeah, I haven't had a good bourbon in a while. I don't even know if it's a good bourbon. Tastes good. Oh, it's Jameson.
Jameson, well, whiskey, yeah.
Whiskey.
Oh, that was good.
The Irish. We know all about the Irish.
Oh, you
playing
know
in the pubs,
in the
right?
pub. Yeah, exactly.
We spent some time there, and that's how this guitar got a little older than it should have.
Love it.
This is before I learned how to strum properly.
I want to ask how that.
Yeah, no. This was
I'm like
just
either that's someone's tooth
before,
from a rough
No.
night, or
This was like a guy who played rock music who suddenly got an acoustic guitar and
Love
then just needed it to be super loud.
wow,
Fortunately, my playing style has evolved since then.
cool. So before we get, it would be bad if I poured another round right away. I think I'm gonna have to wait. Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
have to,
you do it what you feel.
no, don't say that because we're not talking anymore after that. So I'm not doing what we
That's
feel.
when Lisa takes bottles.
Yeah. So guys, welcome to the show. I don't know if you've seen the show or not.
I have, yeah.
You have?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
It's I can do it forever. At a certain point, Lisa's gonna be giving me signals, and I'm gonna kind of like be
Ignore her
ignoring
as
her.
usual.
Yeah, because I can keep going. I love it. I can talk about music all day long.
For sure.
Same.
All
Yeah.
night long. I can. And now we're gonna get a chance to listen to. So as you can tell, they I don't want to say specialize, but country music is their thing.
Yeah.
And right now there's a resurgence of country music in
Absolutely.
Quebec. It's always been huge
sure.
all over the world. In Quebec, country music is it's a thing now. Finally, because
Yeah.
We've been waiting for it.
in Western
Yeah.
Canada it's huge, in the States it's huge, but in Quebec for some reason, I guess there was always, but it wasn't a big thing. Now it's
Right.
like it's popular.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
popular.
We've
It's-
seen that firsthand, in our gigs, and it doesn't really matter the whomever we're playing to, the age group, whether they're there knowing who's going to be playing or whether they just randomly showed up one night. But it's been nice to connect with all the different age groups of people that just appreciate good music, which country, I mean, is
great.
good music.
Great music. It's fantastic. So I know you guys have a band called The Muddy Wheel. That's the name of the band that does the pub gigs.
The pubs, exactly.
But now you have a project releasing an album, which
Yeah.
is fantastic. And I think we're going to hear some songs from that album, I would
sure.
imagine. This is
Absolutely.
good stuff. I love it because you get to hear, like, it's good when you play pubs, it's fun, but when you release your own album. Is this the first album you release? Or you will be releasing?
Well, in my, like I mentioned, playing rock music in the past with some good friends of mine, we released some stuff I'm quite proud of.
Oh, cool.
But it has been a while since I've properly released, what I've been up to and where I've evolved to as an artist. So, and also an album of songs that I was able to be lucky enough to co-write with Jordano. So that was a new experience for me as well.
Okay.
The co-writing thing.
And would you call the album that's going to come out, is it a country album? Is it a fusion? Is it a...
Well, we started off kind of being inspired by obviously our mutual love of country music, and taking from the many great songs that we play every night at the pubs, and so we drew from that for sure. But then after we started recording it, I guess you can't help but let your prior experiences and influences,
Of course.
you can't help it. They just come out. And so I can't really describe it, but we're just kind of like, oh, there's some Tom Petty, there's some Bruce Springsteen, there's, and so we have a great pedal steel player who's a big part of the sound, and Kento Kataoka. And so he really, that instrumentation, I think, really, and my singing, that's evolved to be more country as well. I think make it such that it sounds authentically country, but with a unique take as well.
It's a unique take. Yeah. So you know what? I want to get into like how it started. I want to get into both of your, how you started younger, yourself and Jordano as well. But I think I want to keep people's attention right away with a beautiful song.
Yeah,
we're gonna do one right away. Let's throw them in right away.
All right.
Hook, line, and sinker, and then after we'll do another tune after.
Why not?
But, we'll talk in between, and because I'm really curious. I heard a little bit during the sound check, and I was like, oh yeah, this is.
There's some Bruce Springsteen vibes there. Especially in this song.
Even vocally, I find you have his, not his, maybe phrasing. Could it be?
Possibly, yeah.
I kind of heard that influence.
Definitely a huge influence for both of us in our songwriting as well, Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
If you're serious about songwriting.
And he was never known as was he ever known as a country? I'm like, he was never known, and I'm like, well, maybe he was.
Wasn't, but
to me, he's the Born in the USA dude, right?
Right.
There's a lot of songs of his that, if
it's got a vibe.
Despite the production, if you break it down, they're country songs.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot of people years ago. It's like, I don't like country music, But it's like, what do you mean you don't like country music? Country music it's pop music,
right?
With a minor twang to it. It's the same like everything else.
Yeah.
It's beautiful chords, beautiful melody, and beautiful lyrics.
Absolutely.
And that's what all music is. Rock is the same thing.
No, absolutely.
So it's take out a distortion guitar, and maybe add a slide guitar, and all of a sudden it's country. It's not a major difference.
In the vocal.
A little twang in the vocal, and it's great. So let's hear a song. What song are we performing?
This is going to be Heart of Stone.
Heart of Stone. All right. Yeah. Let's hear it.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Every girl with a heart of stone, singing sad songs from the radio. Minor chords, ebbs and flows. Sooner or later, everyone goes. She looked for me, never cried. Fears hidden in the sharpest skies. Girl, I've been dealing with shattered past, trying to run but always feel its last. Here we are, face to face. Don't need to find it in a far off place. And tonight's hard to love, wrapped in myself instead of someone else. Never found happiness springs. Can't play on with broken strings. Hymns of hurt and words that stung. Stuck in a world that we don't belong. Here we are, face to face. Don't need to find it in a far off place. And the night's hard to love, wrapped in myself instead of someone else. Here we are, face to face. Don't need to find it in a far off place. And night's hard to love, wrapped in myself instead of someone else. Instead of someone else. Sooner or later, everyone goes.
Wow.
Awesome.
Hey,
Amazing. Wow,
Thank you.
guys. Beautiful tune.
Thank you.
Beautiful tune.
thank you so much. Yeah,
That
we're
harmony
excited.
is gorgeous, by the
Oh,
way.
thanks.
Gorgeous harmony. The vocals are, guys, sounds really good. I think it deserves another fucking.
Can I do another one?
Gosh, sure, I'll take
What
another
the
one.
fuck I think.
Yeah, it's definitely got some Bruce Springsteen in there, I think.
It's, you know, in the end, music is melody. And the melody is just gorgeous. I'm going to be singing it all night.
All right. Thank you, man.
And that's the,
That's
to
great.
me, that is what songwriting is. Doesn't matter how fast, it doesn't matter, you know, what you play, how you play it. It's, if it sticks here after the first time you play it, then it's a great song. And that's what made the Beatles,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
right? It's
That's
not
true.
All melody.
all melody.
Yeah.
All melody that just says, oh, wow, it attracts you. And
Yeah.
guys, that song had it.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thank you so
thank you.
much, man.
I
Cheers.
choose that, man. That's,
Cheers.
that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
And
Cheers.
if I slur my words, don't worry about it.
means, that means we're
You'll
drinking
probably
it.
understand him better.
So now, before we get into inspiration of songs like that and stuff like that, let's start. So, Jordano, you
Yes.
started at what age? Just say, how did you come to playing guitar, and how did you find a love for country music?
I started pretty young. I was lucky enough that my dad played guitar.
Okay,
So he was doing more the Italian folk songs, all those things.
maybe I know your dad. Is it possible?
It could be. I mean, it's possible.
Playing
I don't-
guitar?
Not professionally though. Like
Okay.
he didn't really play out. It was more like at family events and things like that amongst friends.
Okay. Because my dad did the same thing.
Oh, really?
Well, my dad was a music teacher.
Oh,
And
okay.
he taught all those folkloric songs. So, I mean,
It's
in
possible.
Montreal, the Italian community, back in the day, 98% of them came to see my dad.
Really?
Yeah, like he taught millions. He was an accordion player
Right.
and teacher, but he taught guitar, piano, and all of that.
No
So, anyways,
way.
I'm sure they either know each other or there's a connection somewhere.
There's always something.
So
eh,
your
that
dad
links them.
played, and you found a love because you heard him play, and it kind of
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I still remember like the first time that guitar actually like I was like, ooh, I'm gonna go for it. We used to have this guitar that he used to play all the time, and at one point I just started like just strumming the strings because I was so young that like he was like maybe don't touch it just yet. Like we'll get you a small guitar or something like that. And then one day he wasn't home, so I started messing around with it, and then like I started getting a little more confident. I'd start going around him, and I was starting to get older. So they ended up putting me in guitar lessons. Really didn't like that. No, I at first like they were making me do scales and things like that. I just wanted to play songs, So yeah, eventually like we stopped the lessons.
Maybe my dad was your teacher. It's possible.
You look familiar. Yeah, eventually I with the internet at the time, I remember tabs started coming out and everything, and it was an easy way to start learning songs. So from there, it really took off. I used to be really into sports. That stopped. Started getting really into music. And yeah, after that, ended up studying music as well at Vanier.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did an electric jazz guitar program.
When was this?
It was around 2005, 2006, somewhere in that
Who was
range.
your teacher?
Guitar teacher was Nick DiTommaso.
Oh, I think I know Nick.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's too fun. My friend runs the program now. At
Oh, no
Vanier.
way.
Yeah. She Sharda is. She runs the whole program. There's almost no students left. It hurts, breaks my heart. Anyway.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
really one of those programs where like, it's everybody's got the dream to make it, So like the first chance you see something that you can go for, you go for it, right?
So okay, and did you do the university level too?
I didn't do university because I was more interested on the playing side. Like for school, like I finished Vanier, and then at that point I was in a band that was starting to get a little bit of success. So we went through with that.
Which was what was the band?
Back then they were called Scarlet Stone.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had done a little run with them. Then after that band broke up. Started a new band. That kind of happened quite a bit throughout the years.
Yes.
And then I decided I wanted to get into more session playing, so more guitar player for hire.
Yeah.
And by doing that, I was exposed to different artists. So I used to tour with an artist, Bobby Bazzini.
Oh, you? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who do I know plays with them now?
Well, there's Mario,
Mario.
I think, who's our mutual friend, right?
Oh,
Mario
okay.
Tallaro.
Tallaro
Yeah.
plays with Bobby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mario. There you go. Mario.
Absolutely. And yeah,
Great
so
drummer, by the way.
unbelievable drummer.
He's drumming on the record.
He's
for
on
us.
the
Yeah.
record. Mario's wow.
Yeah,
I spoke to him a couple of times, and
He's the guy.
He's great.
I tried to get him to teach my son.
Yeah.
I'm a drummer, and I tried to
Man.
get him to teach my son. Yeah, he's a great drummer. Great
He's
feel.
super musical, great guy
Yeah.
too.
Wow. And his dad too plays well. And
Yeah. It runs in the family
yeah,
there,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, then after that, I took a little break for a little while from music, just to do something else.
Yeah.
And then I came back more on the writing side. So I had taken a trip to Nashville a few years ago. And from there, I'd started getting a little into the country music. And once I went there and just saw the community and everything,
That sealed
I
it.
was taken. I remember I went to the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh yeah.
And there was this bluegrass group that just showed up. And they started off the show and they were doing a rendition of Home by Philip Phillips.
Yeah.
And I was there by myself. I had taken this trip alone because I was thinking of moving out there. And I just remember crying as soon as it started. I was just in there by myself crying. I was like, this is unbelievable right now.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then the rest, I guess.
And the
will be
rest
history.
is, yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Okay. That's amazing. That's a good. That the transition is really cool.
Yeah. I mean,
It's,
definitely looking back on it now, so many things happened throughout those years. But, I'm happy everything happened to lead where I am now, for sure. Yeah.
And Mike, you started at a young age. I would imagine
Yeah.
the rock stuff.
Yeah,
High school.
I think we have it's funny, doing this interview, I'm learning a lot more about Jordano, and it's funny, up until other than the Vanier part where he studied music, it was the exact same thing, right?
Okay.
In that dad who strummed a few chords on guitar,
Okay.
and so we always had a guitar lying around, and then I think my parents just felt bad for me finally, and were like, this kid's trying to write songs,
Let's do something.
please, let's
Go to Walmart and
teach
get him
him
a
some
guitar.
chords or something, please. So they got me some lessons. Again, didn't really, not interested in the scales. Wanted to play Pearl Jam or whatever it was at the time. But then that's it. I mean, slowly, I guess, I started becoming more serious about music when I formed my first band.
Yeah.
And again, played sports, bad knee, decided, so much like Jordan,
Yeah.
and I stopped playing sports and focused on music, and during that time made a band, played shows, did what every other, I guess, person who's serious about music. We were quite serious.
Yeah.
We had our own, when you're an Italian boy studying, living with your parents, it's not a bad way to get a pad with your musician friends and have a little bit of place to go on the weekend. You know what I mean?
And then it becomes a lounge. You get a few
Not
couches.
that that's what it was
Oh,
about,
yeah.
right?
No,
it was
no.
totally about the music,
And I
right?
had
Not-
walking distance from my house.
Guys,
Stanley and
can we
Ernst.
fit
That's
can we
amazing.
fit a bed in this pad?
You
why
can't fit a bed
why
in
do
the
we
back.
need all these amps for? Let's just put the bed here,
Get a stove in here? Or
What do you need a table with booze on for? No, it's just for the look, Mom.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
No, my parents were definitely never allowed at the pad, right? But no, that's also
My first pad was in my buddy had his dad owned a printing company.
Okay.
And his dad a huge printing company. There was a basement. In the basement, he gave us a little room. And it was our pad. We hung out there all
You're
the
set.
time.
It's
It
the
was
best.
fucking
Yeah,
great.
it's the best.
The bass drum
Man.
was filled with booze. It was all in the bass drum. Okay,
you go.
So and then from there, where did you find the love of country music?
the love of country. Back in I get a lot. I'd listen to the radio a lot when I was younger, and but the other thing I would do was watch MT music video,
Yeah.
Much Music, and we also had CMT. One of
Yeah.
those were the only two channels, right? And I think it was right around the time Shania Twain made her thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know what this is,
But it's pretty
but
cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
She's great. She sounds great. She looks great.
So basically, the hot chick got you into country
of course,
music.
I still sing songs from the women I've fallen in love with.
Sweet.
You know, Nora Jones and Sheryl Crow, and like I love
nice.
singing the female songs because I fall in love with them and I fall in love with the song. And
There's more
there you
meaning
go.
to it.
But yeah, so like the CMT thing really like I just ate it up. I loved it.
Yeah.
And there was like Terry Clark and some Canadian and Katie Lang was on there and just so many great artists. And so I guess being exposed to it at that young age. But again, you know, Italians, right? How many Italians are into country music?
There's not much. I have to say.
Right. So when we're driving home from the club, and I say, guys, I'm sober, I can drive everybody. Come in the car, you know, and I'm blasting country music on the way home with 4 drunk guys in the back saying, "What is this?"
They just came from Millennium.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why are you doing this to us? I thought we were friends. You know? But you know, like
Just
that
killed the mood right
That's
away
it.
with the
Killed the
slow
mood.
country
like, guys,
music.
this is great. You know, like, hey, I'm driving you home, so you go.
Especially years ago. Now, like I said, it was a little more popular.
Yeah.
Years ago, the country music was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
sure.
wow. Depends what you listen to, but sure, yeah, there was,
Especially, like-
yeah, and in those years for sure,
You
there
know,
was
it was Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and
for sure.
all that stuff. Then you're gonna, you know, what do you like? Fuck, what's his name? Garth Brooks. You know,
They're putting that
which
on.
when I was older,
Then you appreciate it.
I'm flipping channels and I see a Garth Brooks show, and I'm like, what a beast!
Yeah.
What a
They're,
beast.
they're unbelievable musicians as well as singers. Like you think they're good singers, but then you see everything else and you're like,
Amazing.
whoa.
And I discovered Zach Brown. My brother actually said, "Hey, you gotta listen to this dude." And we were going to a gig, Charlevoix, 4-hour drive, 4.5-hour drive. All I did was listen to Zach Brown the whole ride there. Oh, I gotta listen to this song. Gotta listen to this. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This guy's a beast. The whole band is like really, really
But that's it. They're like gateway artists that are like that are in that country circle, and then you fall in love with one, and then slowly you're just like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
There's got to be more like this. I like this, and so that's how kind of it started with me. And later on, you know, past those days of you know, well, I guess when the rock band thing, again, like I went into you know, a different line of work than music.
Yeah.
And so during those years, I wasn't playing so much with a band, and I was just kind of discovering myself. Bought my first, you know, real guitar, and started really doing the singer-songwriter thing. And then that's when I fell in love with an artist. I guess Ryan Adams was a big influence. During that
Ryan
time.
Adams?
Ryan Adams, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
he
No,
might have
Ryan.
wanted to change that name, or maybe he used it to his advantage.
Yeah,
Ryan,
but
Ryan?
he's you know, a guy that I really connected with based on his songwriting,
Okay.
but also his love of acoustic instruments, and like before he played, you know, his own songs, he played with a band called Whiskey Town, and like they did a lot of that honky tonk country stuff, and so you know, I fell in love with, really connected with him as an artist, and then would try and, you know, pick up his songs. You learn all of his songs, and that's what I used this guitar for during that time. I guess it was really just discovery mode at that time. But then I guess when it really hit me that I was like, you know, I was doing the singer-songwriter folk thing, and people were telling me, well, you know, you kind of got a country twang to your voice, and have you ever thought of that? And at that time, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it hadn't, you know, I would say, oh yeah, I'm folk country or that kind of thing. But when I really made the decision, I'm like, no, country music is really speaking to me. I guess was during, or just maybe around the pandemic time. Yeah. And, you know, I guess we were at home, and I was listening to a lot of music, and I was, you know, all of us were dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. And one of the ways that whenever I deal with stuff in my life, I turn to music. Yep. And it was, I mean, country music had its arms wide open and took me in, man. So what are you going to do? The white man's blues.
They're not letting you go, man.
No, that was it. And then right after the pandemic, I met Jordano, and it was one of those things where it's like, you know, when you're just like choosing maybe a path and you're not sure, and then you meet somebody and it's like, that was
finally
why. You know, and then it's like another Italian guy who likes country music, who's at my gig, who says on top of it, hey, we should write a song together. Like, nobody's ever told me that. We should write a song together. What is this about writing a...
What?
Like, you want to write a song together?
Is he scamming me?
What's in it for?
What's the scam?
Yeah. How's this, how does he get benefit from this? And then he explained it to me. He's like, oh, no. We write it. We both put our names on it. Let's see if it works. And literally the first time we got together, we wrote, I think, one of my favorite songs. And since then, every session that we've had, whether it was an hour or 4 or 5 hours. I mean, we always book 4 or 5 hours. If we get done in 1 hour,
Yeah.
we go grab a sandwich at Bossa.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
I mean, if, sometimes
Food and
that's the way it
drinks
worked out.
after.
It's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, what do we do now? We wrote the song in an hour, 2-3 hours. Let's go grab a sandwich at Bossa. Nice porchetta.
Wait, where's Bossa? How come I don't know about
You don't know
this
about Bossa?
No.
The best porchetta sandwich.
What the fuck is happening?
There's more than one location, but the one on Wellington, I promise you,
It's worth the drive. Like,
Really?
Go, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
stop the podcast. Let's go now. What's happened?
no,
How do I not know
I do
this?
not plug businesses on a whim. I assure you that
Holy shit.
cancel
Yeah,
the
they're
rest of
great.
your day.
Like, I know my
Like,
sandwiches.
it's-
I know my sausage
Yeah.
subs. I know them everywhere. in
You're
the
gonna
city.
come back to my place, and
Fuck.
on the balcony with my dogs, we're gonna hang out and eat some porchetta
You know what? I'm going to
sandwiches.
keep giving him some Jameson. By the end of the night, he's taking me on a trip to Nashville with
There
these
you go.
sandwiches. Bro.
Go to Nashville, eat the barbecue.
Eat the
you
barbecue
know,
and
the
we're
whole thing,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay,
No,
I
no,
didn't know.
that's definitely a big recommendation. I'm lucky enough to live very close by, so
So,
the occasion often
does it come
presents
close
itself.
to Milano's?
I listen. Milano's is its own thing. My friend owns one of those franchises, and they do great subs.
Who's that?
Frank Vareca, the one in Laval.
Oh, okay. Is it part owner?
Yeah.
Well, you want to know something? You know the mural? That's, you know, when you walk in and the second room in the back?
Oh yeah. The big mural.
The artist who owns this place,
Oh, no way.
he's the guy who painted that.
Look at that.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah. No.
Very
That's,
cool,
that's
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's a different style of sandwich.
It's a
but
different style of sandwich. I don't think Milano's has a porchetta, so
No.
there's no competition there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I assure you, I mean, you go to when do you have porchetta? I mean, I have it at a wedding, right?
Yeah.
The pig
thing
is
I do
out.
weddings every weekend.
Oh,
so
That's right.
Every Saturday. Let's
every
So
Saturday.
the bar and the porchetta sandwich is pretty high for you.
It stopped for a while because it wasn't in anymore
It
for
wasn't
a while.
in, that's
Now it's
it.
back. Now it's back a little. But I actually saw a bride get burned because of the porchetta. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Whoa.
They were doing the porchetta and they bring it out for the midnight
Yeah.
buffet.
Yeah.
And they went to take a picture and the waiter was putting the alcohol at the same time. And it caught her veil and
Oh,
yeah, caught fire.
oh, whoa.
She had to go to the hospital and come back.
Oh my
Jeez.
And while they were in the hospital, the firemen came in. The wedding.
that's mental.
We're playing it. Yeah, I swear to God, we're playing it.
That wedding was
Laval.
lit, bro.
Literally. Like,
Dude, in Laval, I remember the hall. It's closed now. It's where Patisserie Saint Martin next door. There was I can't remember the name of it. It used to be a hall. on Saint
Mont
Martin.
Blanc?
No,
Okay.
that was Le Parc. Now it was where Patisserie Saint Martin next door. On
Okay.
the same side of the street,
Okay.
next door was a hall. Now it's a big office building. I can't remember the name. I played there millions of times. And at that hall, they put it out. She got fired. Those fucking firemen. They're like, keep playing. Okay, I'm playing music.
playing.
No,
Oh,
the bride
no.
and groom are not there. And we're playing.
Jeez.
And the firemen just walk in. They just, like 10 of them walk in with the
Yeah.
boots. And I was like,
Keep
oh.
the show going.
The bride came back. Around 1 a.m, the bride came back. Anyway.
She's a trooper.
Yeah.
No,
anyway,
I worked in the reception hall business
Okay,
too,
so you know- so you
like
know,
I seen some stuff too, but that's I
they
can't
sold.
say.
They, Larissa.
Yes,
They
yes,
sold.
yeah.
So,
I had some fun times there though.
yeah. I'm sure you've seen us play a couple of times.
Oh, for sure,
Guaranteed,
for sure, for
guaranteed.
sure.
I think one year I think I was there 15 times.
Yeah.
It was
No, the
like-
big hall, I was always
Yeah.
there, and we had some good times. You know.
So okay, so now back to country music. 'Cause we can talk about sandwiches. It's a whole other podcast. We should do that on Let's Talk It Out. Talk about
was
Yeah.
separate
sandwiches.
food
Montreal
podcast.
sandwiches. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so now you both found each other.
Fun, yeah.
Two two Italian guys playing
we're-
country music. It's rare.
Yeah.
It's
True.
rare. I know a couple of others, not many, but I know a couple of others.
Right.
And it's impressive. Now you're riding the wave. So now you guys play a lot of pubs. I would
Yeah.
imagine you play a lot of gigs, anything that I don't want to say pays because you don't want to say that you do it for the money, but yeah, I
mean,
say it.
I have had to be a bit, I like to think I'm a bit selective with the places I play. It's not often to do with the pay, more the people and what kind of customers, and the staff as well is a big part. Like, McKibbin's on Saint Laurent, or or the Bishop people, or Yield Orchard on Prince Arthur. It's like, you get to know the people, you get to know the staff. It's like it's just another home for me, and it's and so it's I've been lucky enough to have those gigs regularly and to entertain people and to have that place to go and to grow and try out new material, and then slowly I went from the classic club songs to the country songs. But it's interesting because, even some of the songs we play aren't your common songs. They're just songs we love. Like we'll play some John Prine. We'll do songs that are not typically played in pubs, but they resonate with people. So I'd like to think that part of why I'm a musician is to share the love I have of those songs and to expose people that may not have otherwise been exposed to that type of music.
It's great.
Yeah.
So that's part of the love I have.
It doesn't happen often in the city.
No, there's some people that'll just play the regular stuff.
I book at a brasserie. As I've hired you guys to play at the brasserie.
I love the brasserie. Yeah.
And it's I can name you fucking 150 bands that play all the same songs.
Yeah.
Right? Those classic rock bands, there's a million of them. They're all good.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to changing the repertoire like you do, it's different. And it's refreshing when you go to when you go to a classic rock place and you hear Born to Be Wild for the 4,000th time. It's great. It's a good tune.
Yeah.
But it's still the 4,000th time. If I'm coming to a night, even though I don't even know the song you just mentioned, I'll appreciate it and say, oh my God, it's a band that played something completely different.
Yeah.
And I love it. Now I'm like, I want to listen to the song. Because Born to Be Wild, I know every lick in that song. I know every part of it.
We often get people coming up to us like, what was that song you played?
Yeah.
And
That's great.
or rather even, you should play this song.
Yeah.
And then we go back and we look it up and we're like, and a lot of times they're right.
They're right.
And so talking to people at pubs, it's really, it helps you as an artist.
Of course.
Figure out what you're doing right, figure out what you should be exposed to as well. And so it's a reciprocal thing too.
Yeah.
It's not just us playing for them, it's them giving us the feedback.
feedback.
And
So the Money Wheel is the name of the band for that kind of vibe.
yeah.
The name of your project now, what's the name of the EP or the album?
We haven't got that far yet, but
Okay.
we do know the name of the band. It's going to be called, or it is called rather, Caught in the Rye.
Caught in the Rye.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's got a country feel to it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah, well, we went through a few different options, and then finally, I think that's the one that just stuck with us, and we said.
Is it it's you guys together? It's Caught in the Rye, and then there's other musicians that play with you. Is that the way?
Yeah, I mean, I think the full iteration of the band is a 5-member. I think that we can, give the kind of show we want to give, and what's on the record, we can.
Is it 2 guitars, bass, drums?
So generally, I'll play guitar. I'll play a little piano too, harmonica. Jordano will play mainly guitar, and we have a pedal steel player who also alternates with piano, depending on the song, and then bass and drums.
Bass and drums. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
How about Caught in the Rye? Give us another tune.
Oh sure.
How's that?
This one we wrote for the pubbers of the world. Because we figured we should give them one.
So you know what? At the end of this one, we're having another shot. It's just you
Oh,
said it, man.
Yeah.
I can't fight what you said. I mean, that's what it is.
But everybody gets country songs about whiskey.
Yeah.
And playing in the pubs, there's plenty of whiskey that goes around. But we wanted to write one about beer. So this one's
Let's do it.
this one's a fun one called Beer with Your Friends.
Beer with your friends? I love the name of it. Let's do it.
All right.
She says she's in the mountain living and drinks whiskey with a twist. Looks at me with her big brown eyes, 'cause she's out of my league. But even if it don't make sense, I ain't lacking any confidence. Country boy with a broke down pickup line. Got turned out.
A, man.
Yeah.
Fucking A. I love that.
We're trying to figure out how to do that one with two acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
So
That was great.
it's a fun song.
That's a great tune, man.
Thank you, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we're.
We got Stefan on the backup vocals there.
I know.
good, man.
Yeah. We need a
Love it.
third. Come
Love
on,
it.
please.
Yeah.
It lends itself. It's like, I don't know. It's great. It's great. There's certain songs or bands that they just have a nice. The melody is so there that third harmony is screaming at you, right? Like Bon Jovi's got that
Oh, for
kind
sure.
of vibe.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
you want to hear that third, that Richie Sambora note.
Did you see Richie Zambora with the guys we were just talking about there?
Like on an interview or?
No. The country band that Zach Brown band.
Oh no.
Richie Zambora, Zach Brown band.
He's got a country vibe.
Yeah.
They did this performance. I think it was CMT Awards or something, but it was some awards show. But it was Dead or Alive.
Okay. Really?
Zambora still got it.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Holy
Yeah.
moly!
If he didn't drink for the past 20 years, drink himself silly. No, I mean,
For sure.
Bon Jovi had to get rid of him for that reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
And
last-
now Bon Jovi's the one who can't sing. So
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
Zambora sounds like he's great, man.
Sambora sings like a
So good.
fucking
He's such a
beast.
great singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always a better singer.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, oh.
He was
No,
always
straight up.
Hot takes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad because I like
Yeah.
my heart
No,
breaks
yeah,
for John
for sure.
Sure.
because he's got it. Except
Yeah,
he's
he's got the-
missing the voice now. Like
Yeah.
him, Vince. There was a fucking. What did I see online the other day? It was a picture of me performing well and me performing drunk, and it was Vince Neil. The picture was like Steven Tyler, and then Vince Neil. I was like,
Wow.
what the fuck is that? Anyway, guys, I love the song, man. I
Thank
love
you.
the
Thank you.
songwriting. The lyrics are fantastic.
Thank you. Well, we had fun writing it, and now I'm lucky enough to have a friend of ours. He's a guy that many in the Montreal community know as the guitarist for a band called The Damn Truth.
Oh yeah,
So
Pi.
my good friend Tom, not PY.
Yeah,
he's the bass player, but Tom Shemmer. Yeah. So
Oh,
he's
okay.
producing.
Fantastic.
We were at the studio with him working on this song yesterday,
cool.
and so he's gonna be producing the whole album. yeah.
I'm hoping because we're reaching out to The Damn Truth, so I might have them on sessions.
Oh, right.
Oh,
on.
yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm
Be awesome.
trying. I'm
For sure,
trying.
dude.
I think they might come.
Yeah.
Them and Sam Roberts. That's my next.
Well, I'm in
Yeah,
a
you're
band
awesome.
with their little boy. This is a band called Bugs and Rugs, right? Ben, their little boy. A lot of the reasons why I'm still playing music and why I played in the pubs was when they had Ben, their little boy, Leela, Tom's wife, decided to take some time off. And we didn't know each other at that time, but we had a mutual friend in Dave Traina, who
Dave,
maybe
drummer.
was the drummer.
Yeah. Well, that's my contact.
Yeah.
That's my,
So Dave hooked us up. He said, "Hey, why don't you play some pubs with Tom?" And he knew that I want to get back into playing live and stuff. And so that's how we started getting to know each other and playing all those shows during that time. So I was the guy who hadn't played a pub gig ever, or maybe played one or two. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly I'm playing 4 nights a week with Tom Shammer.
Wow.
Right? And then he's like, so you learn these 30 songs by next week, and then, this was 8 years ago. But now, when I'm also, when on nights where I babysit Ben, if I don't have a gig, I'll babysit him, and all he wants to do is write songs. Wow. So now we started this band called Bugs and Rugs, and
So
it's
cool,
a
man.
duo thing right now, but we're not sure where it's going to go. But this
Wow.
kid is amazingly talented, as you can imagine, with the parents that he has.
Yeah.
And so we have a good time.
There's some kids that just blow my mind.
For sure. Yeah.
Music's gonna be all right.
And then I have
sometimes.
2 kids. I have 2 kids, and both me and my wife are musicians. Not one of them. Well, now my son now finally wants to play drums. Finally.
Okay.
Yeah.
16 years
How
old.
old is he? 16. He wants to play drums.
They
Right.
kind of did sax,
age.
they did piano.
Yeah.
Nothing started. I'm all worried. Now, it's but both of us, could you at least, nothing, no interest at all. It's
Yeah.
fuck, guys, you're killing me. Because everybody, the first thing is, well, they
great.
must be a musician.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, no, they don't do anything. No, at all. But anyway.
Not for everybody.
But it will be, because now he's listening to drums Big time.
So now it's part of
Right,
it.
yeah.
It's the age.
Yeah, for sure.
The age. We all go through it.
Absolutely.
The scales, it doesn't stick until my father. See, my father was Italian and a music teacher. So it was, you better fucking practice.
Yeah.
And what am I practicing? Scales. So I hated it like you do, but I couldn't back out.
Right.
My dad's, because he knew the importance of it at that time.
Yeah.
And him, it's like, you got to do it. Years later, when I hit 18, 19, I said, oh, that's why I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
appreciate
why I
it.
did it. I appreciated it.
Right.
But still, it was boring. I was into sports. I wanted to play soccer. I couldn't care less about doing da 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 da. Like, I really didn't give a shit.
It's like another thing to learn, and like you
Yeah.
think of it as school.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're just like,
exactly. I
they
wanted
put
to
me
play
through
songs.
enough at
I
school.
think for 2 years I didn't learn a song. It
Okay.
was solfege and then scales and harmonic, doing arpeggios and
Yeah.
boring. And the songs I learned were classical because I was doing McGill
Yeah.
Conservatory, so I'm learning classical. So who gives a shit about this? Anyway. Guys, we have a few segments on this. Okay, now you guys play pubs. So one of the segments is called Worst Gig Ever.
Oh, okay.
So I want to hear, you have an example of the worst, and it doesn't have to be musically. I don't mean musically worst gig. I mean like just something fucked up happened. Like I can tell you, who was it 2 weeks ago? A metal band. It was Mike Marino. I don't know if you know Mike Marino, the bass player.
Yeah.
Frank Marino's nephew,
Yeah.
bass player. He was on here, and I was like, worst gig ever. And he's like, we had a death metal band, and we played for, what was it?
It was a Chinese,
Chinese,
some kind of Chinese convention.
a Chinese
No.
like New Year kind. It wasn't Chinese. It was like Bangladesh.
Bangladeshers.
Oh,
A
okay.
Bangladesh like New Year's, their calendar New Year's party. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? But anyway, so something like that. Is there? I had brawls and gigs that I've done. I've done a lot of things. Is there
Yeah.
something that hits you? A gig that like just went
Sour.
sour?
Yeah.
Like what just
There's
happened?
been some interesting situations. The one that comes to mind for me is just the craziness that we've seen some funny pubs or some pubs where the crowd is maybe on the crazy side of rowdy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know the Cock and Bull or the.
Whoa.
So yeah. Tom and I used to play at the Cock and Bull, and like. Just some of the things you see over there,
man.
what's going on, like where am I?
Yeah.
And so it wasn't just that it was a crazy gig. It's like you're just trying to play a song, and you're just and you're looking at Tom like,
What is going
yeah,
on?
like who dropped their beer in my guitar? And I'm just like,
I have to say this story. I've never said it on sessions with Stef, but there was a gig I did. Houston's, you know, in Laval.
Yeah.
Okay, so I used to play there every Thursday night. And it's more of a dinner crowd, so we would go there and kind of just add an ambiance because there was a club across the street. So we played 6 to 10, and at 10 we had to stop. Like it was like, don't make them party because they have to go clubbing after. So
Right.
so play upbeat, but nothing to party. So I hired a guitar player for a gig. He had to sub in for someone else, and he's like, "Oh, Steph," he goes, "Whatever. I want to practice a bit more." Dude, it's such an easy gig. Just show up. You know the tunes. Just jam with us.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck. No one cares. They're eating.
yeah.
Fucking third song, there's like 8 women around him partying, taking off their shirts. He's playing. And, oh yeah, no one cares, man. No one cares. He goes, I'm getting divorced tonight, but no one cares. You know? Anyways, so these nights always come up.
Oh, for
Just
sure.
when you think we're gonna,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
always
Just when
what
you
kind of
think
night
like it's
you're
like,
gonna
no,
get,
you're gonna
you're
play
like,
a couple songs, no
no.
one cares, and then
No
all
one's
of a
gonna
sudden,
listen.
what the fuck just
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
right?
No, definitely.
Okay, another segment we do. I have a couple, but
Wait,
one is,
before you do that segment,
Yeah.
can I do just one little plug?
Please.
Because we're here talking about country songs, and I'm
Yeah.
wearing a beanie, and I feel like at some point I should.
You need
change
the hat.
Well, that's it. You
With the
can't
drink. You need the hat with the
possibly-
With the drink,
Yes,
with the drink,
you
for
can't,
sure.
guys. You
Let's
cannot
do the
possibly
hat.
play country music without a hat. It doesn't necessarily
It's in a
need to
box.
be from this company.
It's in a
but
box.
East Crown Hat Company.
they're located in Montreal.
Yeah. So Xander, a good friend of mine, who founded this company with his
Are
girlfriend.
they like on Chabanel? Or in that?
No, they're based from home in Bross,
Okay,
probably.
okay.
But they make these custom hats, and I was doing sound for Tom at the Corona, and they were opening for them in their band called the Guidestones.
Okay.
And so I got their contact, and they were all wearing amazing country hats, and I'm like, where did you guys get these hats? We make them. So my girlfriend on my 40th birthday decided to get me a hat from these guys.
Amazing.
So let me pull this bad
do
boy
it.
out.
Let's get a proper
You get the
on
hat.
there.
I'm pouring the
All right.
Guys, look at the interior of this hat. While you pour that, it's a little,
Oh,
you know,
Oh,
wow.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
it's very nice detail.
That's a
guys.
serious
feather.
Crazy nice.
The worn, you know, they like put all these beautiful little details into it. And so now, I think
you have to.
you know,
Now we're
That is
talking.
There we go.
That's good.
that's better, no?
Now
Yeah.
we're
Should have done
talking.
that a little earlier. That's all right.
No, that looks good. Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Cheers.
cheers. Thanks for having us again.
Oh my God.
We're all getting to
Great
know each
times.
other
Yeah,
over here.
absolutely.
By the end of the night, man, if there is an end of the night, we could keep going. We could go into the morning. Anyway, so, guys,
The next segment.
the next segment is called First Thought. It's a little game. I'm going to ask you certain questions, and you have first thought that comes to mind, whatever pops into your mind.
Okay.
Some is going to be easy.
Either of us can answer. Or you're
I'm
go
gonna
first or
I'm
me,
gonna
or-
ask both of you. You guys are both
Okay.
gonna answer.
All right.
Favorite
Can
food?
answer.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Both. Oh, that was a double.
Yeah.
double
Or the
one.
porchetta at
There
it's
you
a
go.
close
the porchetta.
second.
It's a
But
close
still,
second.
I gotta say pizza. It's just
Okay.
that comfort food.
I'm gonna throw some out there, like favorite movie.
Oh, it's a lot of good ones. Godfather.
Italian.
Oh man, I can't think of one right now.
Yeah.
Favorite movie? Almost Famous.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
cool. That's a first on Sessions. So, what's the first thought that comes to your mind when I say Celine Dion?
Great singer.
Good. That works.
Very talented singer. Yeah.
Very talented.
Yeah.
What's the first thing when I say Shania Twain?
She's hot.
Even now, have you seen her lately?
Oh yeah, she's
She's
gorgeous.
I mean, besides the amount of operations she had,
oh, is that part? Well, whatever.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
I
matter
mean,
to
hey,
me.
whatever. A boob job is whatever. I don't know if she had a boob job, but
I don't know.
it's fake. Okay, still looks good.
Looks great to
There you
me.
go.
What about you, Celine Dion?
Shania.
Oh,
Okay,
shout
no,
out
no,
to
sorry.
Shania. Would you rather Celine Dion or Shania?
There you go.
Shania Twain all the
I
time.
know, fuck yeah.
We sometimes end our shows with
Yeah.
"Still the one I wrote."
Yeah.
I still play that song.
I love that song.
Great tune.
I'll say
Actually,
for Shania though, like unbelievable songwriter. She writes hooks, and it's
from
just
this moment, what about
everything. Everything
What
about her writing was just. I remember being when I was younger. My parents had bought that album, like the famous one with all the
famous
hit.
one,
And
yeah.
I mean, go find another album where there's like 12 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone was almost top
Yeah.
10, if not
The
number
Matt
one.
Lang stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it was
I still play
unbelievable.
"Man, I Feel Like a Woman" at every party, and people
Yeah.
go nuts for that song.
It's
Such a great tune.
It ages so well. Like
Yeah.
I mean, they're timeless
the
songs.
production on "You're Not Ready for Love."
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Just insane.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
And what about Celine Dion? What's the first thing that would pop to your mind?
Celine Dion. I'll say unbelievable singer. Just
Yeah.
like you can't deny it.
She is.
She's
She
you
is.
know.
Okay, now we're gonna start getting to the nitty gritty. That was just for fun.
Yeah,
Now we're
yeah.
gonna get
Warm-up.
into. It was a warm up.
All right.
This one's a little easier. How about like your favorite live show that you've been to?
Oh, it's an easy one for me.
Chris Stapleton last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
For me, there's been quite a few great live shows, but the most memorable and the one that just like I'll never forget was when I saw Wilco and Neil Young play
Oh,
the Bell
nice.
Center, and it was the first time I ever saw Wilco, and they became a big part of big influence for me. And
Okay.
yeah, and
Wow.
but Neil Young, just like I caught him, I guess, on the tail end of his like rocking out phase before he
What year
mellowed
was this?
out. Might have been 15 years ago or something.
Wow.
Quite a long time ago, but or maybe less. It's hard to tell. But and then his Prairie Wind album or DVD was a big influence on me too. But that show just like I remember it so vividly and how much I appreciated it. They just
Really cool.
knocked me on my butt. you
Cool.
know? Yeah.
Cool. Okay, now we're gonna get into certain. Like I'm gonna ask you, who's the best front person of all time?
Robert Plant.
Nice. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I have to say, he's
I like that one too. I'm gonna say Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
That one. That's a popular one on
Yeah.
Sessions. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Steve. Okay, I'm gonna ask it. Best guitar player of all time. Can't answer it, but you're gonna have to.
Stylistic things start entering into play. Depending on what your flavor is. But I don't know. guitar players.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, you got to say Jimmy. I mean, all around and
Jimi Hendrix.
I'd go Hendrix. Yeah, I think just stylistically, like it's like a timeless sound, and so many guitar players have used what he did and like just brought it to the next level. Like,
True.
it's like the ultimate reference guitar player, you know?
Yeah. True. You too? You're
I mean, if you got to remove all the you know, because you can be biased and like, or you know, I'm more of this type of you know, flavor or whatever. But in terms of like the influence it had on future guitarists, and I mean, I love me Eric Clapton, and I love me you know, even Mike McCready from Pearl Jam. I'm like, you know, it's underrated, you know, underappreciated maybe guitarists.
My son just got into Pearl Jam.
Nice.
He's loving it. He's like,
Yeah, it's such a blast.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
They're great. They're a big influence on me too. Yeah.
There's this is a Lisa segment. It's not a segment. It's a question. She came up with it, so I can't take the favorite lyric. Since you guys are in country music, favorite lyric of all time, like that hit you, like a line or.
Man,
that was a good question, Lee.
It's a great question.
It's a great question. Yeah.
It's just
because I gotta think about it now.
I gotta think about this one.
Everybody.
Yeah. It'll come back to me. Can we save that one for a little bit?
Sure.
Maybe we'll end off the show. It'll pop in my head. But at the moment, I'm a bit drawing a blank on a specific lyric.
Jordano?
Oh man, it's hard.
Could be of your song too, right? To me, so far it's like beer and friends.
I mean, there's a couple of lyrics that I really like in that first song that we played, Heart of Stone.
Yeah.
Like there's, I tend to enjoy songs that I always joke about this with Mike, where like we gotta hurt them, you know, like it's like it gets you in the feels, you know, kind of thing. I can't think of one in particular though right now that it'll come to me though. I'll think of one. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I go on a little longer, but now I want to do something because this is another segment. Same idea though. It's a little longer. That's why I want to get into it right away. And this is a Francesca segment, which she's not here. She's one of our sponsors, Fearless Sounds. So if ever you need a publicist or whatever, she's fantastic. She's a publicist. She advertises on Sessions with Stef. She's usually here with Lisa. They have their own podcast.
Nice.
But she came up with this, and it's a great segment. You have to put together your all-time band. You got to pick every instrument in your band. Now, your band could be 2 guitars, keyboard player, whatever you want, 2 backup singers, whatever it is. It's your band. What's your lineup? Who you going with on each instrument?
Present company excluded.
Of course. Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
But do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, go first.
Do they have to be living or?
Nope.
No? Okay.
This opens up doors.
Singer's Chris Stapleton.
Nice, yeah.
Guitar player, Derek Trucks.
And who would that be?
Slide guitar player. He does some stuff with Almond Brothers, and he has his own band, Tedeschi Trucks Band.
Okay.
So I do him.
Yeah,
maybe have John Mayer on there too. You know, like 1 and 2.
Fucking John.
Yeah. So far, it's a pretty good band. I have to say.
I'm like, all right.
Gonna go Pino Palladino on bass.
Oh, Palladino.
Wow.
And on drums, I'm a little conflicted.
Why does Pino Palladino sound like he went to Laurie McDonald?
Yeah.
It sounds like it. He did actually. No, I'm joking. Let's see.
Who's on drums?
That's the one.
okay.
I have like 2 names. I mean, either John Bonham because I just love his groove. Or
Now, would John Bonham fit?
this is why I don't think it would work out
right?
that great. So I'd probably do Steve Jordan.
Steve Jordan.
Steve Jordan, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's he play with right now?
John Mayer actually right now, yeah. He like produces
Most
everyone.
of your band is the John Mayer trio.
with 2 additional members, yeah. Hey, listen, he tours with the best, you know.
No.
What
Yeah,
I say,
John,
you know?
John
They're great.
is.
Yeah.
I think I had mentioned this once. I saw the singer of Van Halen. What's his name?
Sammy Hagar?
Sammy Hagar has like a Access TV. He does interviews, kind of like I think he called Sessions with Stef. But so he goes and he did a show with what's her name? They were singing "Piece of My Heart."
Okay.
Melissa Etheridge was singing. It's like an all-star band. Tommy Lee was on drums, and and John Mayer was there.
Yeah.
But John Mayer, there was like 2 or 3 guitar players. John Mayer was playing ukulele
Yeah.
and stole the show.
On ukulele.
There's a
He's,
fucking solo on the
yeah.
ukulele, and like I was like, what the fuck? Why is he getting my attention on the ukulele when there's
Yeah.
all these other monsters?
Yeah.
For sure.
And he's like just fucking. His vibe was like he's a beast, man.
Yeah.
He's
He really
unbelievable,
is.
honestly, in arrangement, guitar playing, singing, writing.
Him
He
and
just-
Jason Mraz is my other.
Yeah, he's great.
I love Jason Mraz.
Yeah.
He's great. Anyway, okay. That's quite a band.
Yeah.
So drummer, we
good
still don't
picks.
have. Because, oh no, you did say.
I
No,
said
no, he
Steve
said-
Jordan.
he said
I mean, there's
Jordan.
another. There's the drum player I always that I love. Like he plays very different. He actually played on the Robert Plant, Alison Krauss stuff too. I can't remember his name right now, but he would be in there as well.
You know what would be
just-
good with that kind of band? I think Jeff Procaro from Toto, the Shuffle King. He's a he's a shuffle guy. Like
Yeah.
his shuffle is
Yeah, yeah.
just fucking.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I'm up.
your call. Yeah.
You had some good picks in
I
there.
mean, those are you
Some
know.
good ones. You thought about this. You haven't asked this question before.
I haven't. This is just
Off the
you know,
cuff. I like
yeah.
it. All right. On where should we start? Guitar. There's a side of me that just feels like he would really connect with a guy like Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
You know, but then again, there's a lot of guitarists that I can see myself appreciating a good jam with. Who am I thinking of? Even John Mayer, man. We'd get along just
You
fine.
can't go wrong with John.
Can't go wrong.
You can't go
I
wrong.
think every guitar player wants to jam with John Mayer.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
I really like the Derek Trucks. I would have said him
Yeah.
had you not. But on bass, I love Pino Palladino. He's great. But and you know what? Maybe stylistically it wouldn't be a good fit. But I just after seeing Bella Fleck and the Fleckstone, Victor Wooten on bass is just insane.
Okay.
But stylistically, I don't think that would be the best fit. So I'll say Don Was on the bass. And I'll say on drums, we'll say on piano, I'll just say whoever the guy who plays with Alan Jackson is. Whoever that guy is on piano,
Take him.
I take him any day of the week. And on drums, we're going to put Mario Talaro.
Hey, Mario Talaro.
Come on, you recorded the album. Let's go play a fucking show.
He's got a good vibe, man.
He's a great drummer.
a great
I was lucky
drummer.
enough to have him sit in on some gigs with Tom, and like when we
Yeah.
play the Bubs, and like I was just like, what's going on here?
And you know what? He's because I've seen his videos and I've heard him play as well. He's got so much discipline because he can do so much. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
knows
Yeah.
what's important in a song, and he just sits the groove.
He
and
really
then
does.
if he has to shine for that second, he'll do it and then go back to the groove. And
Oh,
just-
yeah, for sure.
It's usually when you have that talent, you just want to just fucking play all over the.
That's
you know?
it. Well, we've been sending him the tracks, you know, with the drum machines that we've done, and like
Yeah.
he has a good setup at home, so like he'll. Send them back to us, and it's often like you'd think, okay, well, we're gonna maybe have to give him some feedback, but each time it's like, yep.
Yeah.
Like the next day, it's like you get it in your
Yeah,
inbox, and you're like, okay, I just did a quick test, and I'm like, no, that the test is good.
Isn't he playing with Britty?
Yeah, as
He's
well,
playing with
yeah.
Britty. Yeah, okay. I had a gig with her.
Yeah.
She was alone though. She wasn't with a band.
Okay.
Yeah. I did a gig where she was playing and we were playing right
Right.
after her and stuff. Well, same thing. We were playing. We were hired to make the people dance.
Right,
she
right,
was
right.
showing off her stuff.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is amazing. And we were just there to make people dance, but still.
Jordano's been writing with her lately.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
cool. I'm trying to get her on the podcast too.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Alright.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
absolutely.
sure, dude.
So, Caught in the Rye, what's coming up? What's happening?
Yeah,
Where
so-
can we hear this stuff?
We have a duo show where we're gonna play the songs acoustically at a really cool venue in St. Henry called Le Basement.
Okay.
So on Notre Dame Street. So that's May 4th. It's a Thursday. So coming up real soon. We're also.
4th. That's coming up real soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully the podcast comes out before
All
that.
right. Fair.
We're in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all good. But
Well, the
then-
show happened on May 4th.
If
It's
yeah.
great.
Went
Full
awesome.
house.
There, we're all there.
Short video from show right here.
And right there.
And then May 31st at Bar de Courcelles, which is a bar in St. Henry as well. And they have bands there on Wednesday nights. And we're just, trying to get some gigs where, we can play with the full band format. So that's going to be our first one with the full band.
Cool.
Following that, we've really been focusing more on the recording. So these are kind of like
You have Brasserie de Rapid gigs coming up.
absolutely, we have
Absolutely.
Brasserie de Rapid Friday.
Oh yeah, this Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, this will pass. So it's too late. But you have another one coming up in.
It's not a Caught in the Rye gig, I should mention. It's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
Muddy
Muddy
Wheel
Wheel gig.
cover gig. Brasserie de Rapid. We had such a great time playing
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Michael
country
loves,
crowd that comes out, and Michael I know from
Yeah,
working at, I think it was at Cunningham's back in the day.
that's right.
And then Murphy is going to be at McLean's in downtown. Yeah, so I know him for a while.
Yeah.
But that crowd, man, the line dancing people
Yeah.
that
Yeah, that
came
was
out,
great.
the real appreciators
So
of
good.
country music. Like
Yeah.
when we were there, we're just like, it was our first real experience of
Yeah.
like having that kind of country crowd they're appreciating our stuff, and it was like, this is what I want to do. This is the crowd I want to play for sure.
Oh, that's
So, yeah.
sweet. Cool.
Looking forward to that.
And does Caught in the Rye have a YouTube channel?
Momentarily, we're meeting up tomorrow to start shooting some videos to promote the
Okay,
show,
cool.
and I guess we'll put them on YouTube after.
Do we have a song release coming up soon?
We're gonna tie it to. So these are kind of like the two gigs that I mentioned, sort of, I guess, warm up gigs to a single release,
Okay.
which we plan to do, late fall, somewhere around there.
Okay, so we're looking at
Yeah,
late fall.
late fall single
So
release,
you're gonna
and then
release 2 or 3 singles and then the album kind of
Yeah,
vibe?
exactly.
Okay.
that's the plan.
Caught in the Rye. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You guys, the minute the YouTube channel's up, you send me a
Absolutely.
link
Absolutely.
or whatever, and we'll definitely post it.
Thank you.
And after it comes out, once you do your album launch, you're gonna come back on the show.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're definitely gonna do some more business together. Call
that'd
it
be
business,
great.
not business, because I could do this all night.
Oh, there you go.
So,
That's,
guys, thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Is there
man.
anything else
Thank
you
you
want
for
to
having
plug?
us.
Is there I don't know.
well, Jordano Battista released some really great music.
Oh,
that,
really?
Yeah, last year, yeah.
Okay.
And
okay.
last fall, I put out a 3-song EP.
Oh,
Yeah, of my own music.
so where do we find that?
You can find it on
JordanoBattista.com.
JordanoBattista.com.
Uh-huh.
It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming, YouTube.
Cool.
Yeah.
So just under your name?
Yeah,
it's all
just
there.
under my name,
Okay,
Jordano
that's cool.
Battista,
Is it
yeah.
on the country vibe as well?
Yeah, absolutely. It's more alternative country. Yeah.
Okay.
Mario's on that too.
Mario's on there if you want to hear Mario Tolero.
Mario, you're
One big
everywhere.
plug for Mario
Man, this
Tolero.
has been a great show for Mario.
My bass player that I play with is always like, "Oh, Mario."
Yeah.
I've been trying to. He's been trying to. Quote, he's been trying to get Mario to come play with our band, but Mario's too busy.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh, damn. Cool. So, and amazing. And gigs coming. You guys play all over the city.
Yeah. Yeah, we're lucky to.
Is there a website or something where they can see your gigs coming up?
I mean, it's not up at the moment, but CaughtInTheRide.com
Or
is available.
Facebook or
and,
something?
yeah, well, everything on the social channels will be up likely in the next couple of days.
Okay,
and
cool.
Promoting the show and as well with the website. So by the time people hear this, there will be CaughtInTheRide.com and
Amazing.
and
So
all
go
that
to
stuff.
CaughtInTheRide.com. Fantastic, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's a pleasure having you guys on. You guys sound great. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to come and check out our show.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be amazing. Lisa, thank you so much for
Very welcome for doing just listening and
well,
applauding
you know,
and
doing-
enjoying.
doing what you do on the show.
Thank you.
Amazing, and you can have a drink too next time if you want.
Oh,
It's
thanks
true.
for
Lisa's
offering.
the
Like
one
at the
drunk.
end of the show.
At the end, because I want to make
Well,
sure
not
that
all
you're
the
doing
time.
your job there. Guys, thank you so much for watching Sessions with Stef. Always a pleasure for me doing this. It's a pleasure when you guys watch, subscribe, like, share, comment, all of that stuff. If you have any guests that you would like for me to have on, it's a pleasure. Put it in the comments, whatever, email me, do whatever the fuck you want. Just let me know and I'll do it. And if you want to sponsor, of course, you can do anything. You can come to my house, ring, do whatever you want.
Me.
What?
Sponsor.
Yes. Well, you'll call me and I'll send you to Lisa because she takes care of all the sponsorship. So thanks again, once again. Thank you very much once again for checking out Sessions with Stef and Let's Talk It Out. Keep in touch every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Something comes out. And there will be a new podcast coming out as well, but I'm going to be talking about that soon. Not yet. Thank you so much. And Sessions with Stef is now done.